This
And we have
conference will now
discussed
be recorded.
what exactly the process of pagination, what is the use, and why should we go for the pagination in Salesforce instance especially, and how can we achieve the pagination feature in Salesforce by using standard set controller class, and what exactly the process will happen inside that standard set controller class we have discussed in the last session. Okay, now today we'll see what are the various methods available inside that standard set controller class, how can we use those methods in order to implement the pagination in Visualforce so that we can navigate the records from first to last or from last to first also. So how can we navigate those records by using the pagination feature by using that standard set controller class? Now let's see practically. Okay. So that already we have discussed as part of pagination feature. So as part of pagination we have discussed, whenever we are having some large sets of data, okay, whenever I'm having some large sets of data which you want to represent on your Visualforce page, then at that time those large collection of records we can't represent on the page manually, because Visualforce page has given that limitation that we can display maximum of 1000 records on the page, not more than that. So whenever if you want to show more number of records on your Visualforce page, at that time we have to make that page read-only property equals to true. But whenever I'm making that read-only property equals to true, then of course it will be giving the extendability to me to show more number of records on the page up to maximum of 10,000. But there is a side effect is available that it won't allow me to perform any DMS statement on that page. That means it will be preventing me to perform all the DML operations on that page. So at that time, okay, instead of using that read-only property, we can go with that standard set controller class. With the help of that standard set controller class, we can split the records to the various small pieces called as pages, and then we can able to display each page record inside the tabular format at a time. So that in order to collect all those records, we are using the help of the database class. Through the database class methods, that is get query locator method, we can able to execute the SQL query, which will be returning up to maximum of 50 million records. Those 50 million records I'm not storing inside my collection. Those records I would like to place inside a temporary memory. Once the records have been getting placed inside the temporary memory, from there we can split the records to the various small pieces. For that one, I would like to use the help of standard set controller class. So once the records has been getting collected by executing with the help of get query locator method, I want to pass these records to my standard set controller class. Now the standard set controller class will go to the respective location of the records. It will split those records to the various small pieces based on the page size which we have indicated. In order to indicate how many number of records you want to show per page, we have to use a method called as set page size method. By using that set page size method, we can indicate per page how many number of records you would like to display. How many records you want to display at a time. It may be 5 records, 2 records, 10 records, 1000 records. How many records you want to make it visible at a time. For that reason, we are using the method called as set page size method, which is used to indicate how many number of records you want to show per page. So that I'm using that set page size method, here we can indicate a numerical value. For example, I'm indicating that value as some 5. Upon specifying the value 5, it will be dividing the records to the various small pages, that each page will be having 5 records. Page 1 will be having 1 to 5 records. Page 2 will be having 6 to 10. Page 3 will be having 11 to 15, like that. We are splitting the records to the various small pieces called as pages. That each page contains 5 records. Now, Once the records has been getting divided to the various small pages, then standard set controller class will be having the various methods through which we can collect those page records. We can navigate the pages from first page to last page or last page to first page by using the various ready-made methods. So now with the help of those ready-made methods, by using this standard set controller class, we can able to collect the records, and those records we can represent inside our Visual Force page in the form of a tabular format by using page block table. So once the records has been getting visible inside the table, keep on we can navigate the records from first page to last page or from last page to first page also by using this navigation buttons. Okay, clear? Now, so in this case, whenever if you want to perform these operations, we have to use the help of standard set controller class. That means pagination facility can be implemented with the help of standard set controller class. Now, in this standard set controller class, what are the various methods available? I want to know those methods. Okay, now let's see what are the various methods available inside this standard set controller class. Okay, now understood the process here? Now let's see. Now let's see that methods. Now make a note of this one, pagination. Upon representing the large number of records to be get visible on the Visual Force page, we have to use pagination. We have to use pagination so that we can make the page lightweight and we can avoid the performance issues. And we can avoid the performance issues. We can implement the pagination with the help of standard set controller class. Standard set controller class, which provides a set of ready-made methods to be used to represent the records by dividing them into the various pieces, various smaller pieces called as page. Various smaller pieces called as pages. Now, standard set controller class provides the below methods. Standard set controller class provides the below methods. Let's see the various methods which is offered by standard set controller class. The first method is set page size. First method is set page size. In order to indicate how many number of records you want to display per page. Okay, to indicate number of records to be get visible per page, we are using that method set page size. That means per page, how many records you want to make it visible. 2 records you want to display per page, or 3 records, 5 records, 10 records, 100 records, how many? We can decide with the help of set a page size method. Now, so once the records has been divided to the various small pages, to get each and every page record, we are using the various methods. So now in order to get the first page records, we have to use a method called as first method. Okay, first method. First method is used to get the first page records. Upon click on that first button, I want to get the first set of records, first 5 records, first 10 records, 20 records, whatever. To get the first page records, we are using that first method. Next, after that, next method. Next method is used to get the next page records. As soon as when the user click on that next button on our pagination, okay, based on that navigation buttons, as soon as when the user click on the next button, I would like to get the next page records. To get that next page records, we are using that next method. Next, the previous method. In order to get the previous page records, to get the previous page records, we are using that previous method. Last method. Last method is used to get the last set of records. In order to get the last page records, we are using that last method. That means for these 4 navigation buttons, we are having 4 methods are available. But depends upon your requirement, we can able to make these buttons to be get enabled. We can make these buttons to be disabled also. So for that one here, as part of this first button, I want to make it visible. When if I'm having the first set of records, then only. That means here, if you're having the previous set of record, then only we can make it visible, first button and the previous button here. If you don't have any previous set of records, currently we're in the first step, then I don't want to display this particular first button and the previous button because we can't go back because currently we are in the first step only. So at that time, we are using that method called as has previous. Boolean has previous. In order to know, do we have the previous set of records available or not? If we have the previous set of records, it returns true or else it will return false. Next, has the next method. Has the next method is used to indicate do we have next set of records are available or not. Based on this method result only, we can able to indicate whether the next button and the last button to be get visible to the user on the page or not. Based on these 2 method results, we can enable or disable these button controls. Okay. Next, the next method is get records. In order to get that current page records, we are using a method called as get records. Get records method is used to get the records of that current page. Based on that page number, okay, based on that page number, we can get that current page records also. Like for example, when you go to your Salesforce instance, assume that I'm having my account object. Inside my account object, I'm having some records are available. So now I'm having totally 15 records are there. I'm displaying only 10 records at a time. I want to get the second page record. Then what we can do? Simply we can go to the table at the bottom. You will be having a text box at the right side. I want to get the second page record. Type the number 2 and then press enter button. Once you press enter button, it is going to be executing the get records of that page size, page number 2. That means here, please get that second page record. In order to get that respective page records, we are using that method called as get records method. Get records method is going to be returning the current page records to you in the form of its subject type. Okay, it returns those records in the form of a subject type. So we need to convert them back to that actual type by using explicit typecasting. Okay, now next one. So now what is the current page index right now over? What is the current page index now? 0? No. Page index is starting from 1. What is the current page index now? 2. It is indicating clearly 2. Okay, totally we are having 2 pages are available. The current page number is 2. In order to know the current page number, we have a method called as page number. Okay, page number proper method. By using this page number, we can able to identify what is the current page number. Page number will be starting from always from 1, not from 0. Okay, because page 1, page 2, page 3 like that. Page numbers are always starting from 1. Next. Now, whenever I'm going to be representing the records, totally how many records are available inside my account object? How many records are there? How do you know it is indicating here the count? I want to get the count also. Like whenever I'm collecting the records by making an SQL query, how many records this query has written, I want to know that here. Okay, so that I can show here, I would like to show that totally 150 records are available, 250 records are available, or 1 lakh records are available. I want to show that count. For that reason, we are having a method called as result size. Result size method. Result size method is used to indicate totally how many number of records are available in that result. Upon executing the SQL query, whatever the result has been written by the database, now in that result, how many records are available? That result size I want, the collection size I want. Okay, for that one, we are using that method called as result size method, which is indicating totally how many number of records has been written by the SQL query. To get that number of records count, we are using this result size method. Okay, these are the various methods we are using as part of standard set controller class. Okay, as part of the standard set controller class, we are using these methods. Like as set a page size method, and then first method, next method, previous, last, has previous, has next, get records, page number, result size. These are the various methods we are using as part of the standard set controller class. Okay, clear? Now let's see how can we implement the pagination here. Okay, how to achieve the pagination. Now let's see practically. Now, for example, assume that I'm having my account object. 15 records are available. In my lead, how many? There are also 50. Okay. So let me take this account object. I want to represent how many number of records are available inside my account object, and then I want to display these records in the form of pagination through Visual Force. On my Visual Force page, I want to display these records by dividing this record into various small pieces called as pages by using pagination. I want to achieve that pagination with the help of the standard set controller class here. Okay, how to use this one now? Let's see practically in this case. Let's take a small use case. Understood the concept here? Design a Visual Force page to represent the account records. To represent the account records by using pagination. By using pagination. Provide the navigation buttons. Provide the navigation buttons to traverse the records. To traverse the records from first to last and vice versa. Provide the navigation buttons to traverse the records from first to last and vice versa. Represent the record numbers. Record numbers are currently presented in the table. That means what records are currently visible on the table, okay, I would like to represent. Show the account name in the form of a hyperlink. Show the account name in the form of a hyperlink. Redirect the user to the account detail page upon selecting an account. Redirect the user to the account detail page upon selecting an account. So this is my use case. So I want to represent all the account records on my account object by dividing them to the various pieces by using pagination. And the user can able to navigate the records from first to last and some last to first also. Then how can we implement this functionality? Now let's see practically here. Okay. Done with this use case requirement. Okay. So let's go with the practical part. I'm designing a page, Apex. Show accounts pagination page. Okay. Or else simply I'm indicating accounts pagination page. Now, so now with this name, we don't have any page right now. So I would like to design the page. So I'm clicking on this link to create a new page. A new Visual Force page has been designed. I'm removing this existing content, whatever we have inside that page. Now I would like to indicate the properties to be get applied for my Visual Force page. Okay. Setup equals to false. Sidebar equals to false. Show header equals to true. Tab style equals to applying the position object tab style. I'm applying the position object tab style. I'm giving the section header. Title equals to pagination. Subtitle equals to accounts pagination. Okay. Now I'm using that form tag. I'm using the page block. I'm giving the title here, accounts pagination. Okay. I'm preparing a page block inside my Visual Force page. So once the page block has been prepared, now inside the page block, I want to represent the record in the form of that page block table form. So whenever you are preparing the page block table, we need to bind that controller classes. That means we need to indicate where exactly the collection of records are available, which you would like to represent. So that we need to prepare the controller class first. I'm preparing a controller. Controller equals to accounts pagination controller. I'm giving that controller class name as accounts pagination controller. I'm creating this class now. So now my class is ready. Now my class is ready. Now tell me what we can do first. See, lakhs of records are there. We can't place in the collection. Because if I'm placing those lakhs of records in the collection will go into the view state. It will be a problem for me. That's what here we are not storing the data in the collection. We are storing the data inside that temporary memory. If I'm using that normal SQL query, static SQL or dynamic SQL query also, it will be returning the records in the form of list collection. Okay, and that too there is a limitation of 50,000 records to SQL, but I don't want 50,000. I want more number of records also. Database start get query locator. Now those records where exactly would like to place? I want to place those records inside my standard set controller class here. Okay, I want to pass that records to my standard set controller class, which is going to placing inside the temporary memory. From there, it will be dividing the records to various small pieces. Now, so that here, as part of this pagination, I'm not inserting anything. Just I'm getting the data from the database. I'm going to be arranging the data in the form of the small pieces, that each piece I'm representing on my page inside the tabular format. So I would like to prepare a property here. I'm preparing a property. Public apex pages dot standard set controller. Okay, standard set controller. I'm indicating that property name as set controller. The return type of this property, that already you know. If it is a property will be having two accessors: get accessor, set accessor. Two accessors will be available to you. So I'm having that get accessor. I'm having the set accessor here. Are we assigning anything here from the user interface? No. Simply I'm collecting the data, representing the data, I'm navigating from first to last to first. That's it. So I don't want to use any set controller. I'm indicating simply set as semicolon. I'm not assigning any value. I don't want that set property here. Set accessor, simply I want get accessor. Now I'm using this get accessor here. Now in this case, what needs to be done? Get accessor is going to be simply used to get the value. Whatever the records are available inside my standard set controller class, those records I would like to collect into my Visual Force page. Now to get the records from that standard set controller class, I'm using this get accessor. Now, so in this standard set controller class, do we have any records are available? No, we haven't assigned anything. So I want to cross check that here. Now if the standard set controller is equals to null. If it is null, then I would like to get the records I want to place inside my standard set controller class here. Okay, I'm going to be collecting the data and then I'm going to placing those records inside my standard set controller. How can we specify standard set controller equals to, I would like to collect the data here. New standard set controller. I'm creating the object of this class here. Here I would like to write that SQL query. Database dot get query locator. Here I'm placing that query which you would like to execute. Select ID of that account record, name, rating value, industry, annual revenue, type, phone, fax, active status, from account, order by name. Okay, see, observe this one. So now in order to get the records by dividing them to the various small pieces, we are using the help of standard set controller class. So what I need to do, first of all, I need to collect all the records from that object by executing a query. Those records I'm passing to the standard set controller class. From there, dividing the record to the various pieces will be taken care by the standard set controller class itself. So in this case here, I'm going to be executing that SQL query. Now, if I'm executing a normal static SQL query, it will return maximum of 50,000 records only to me. That means we can navigate from first to last up to 50,000 records. But I'm having some lakhs of records are available, which I would like to traverse. For that one, to get more number of records, I'm executing this SQL query with the help of a method called as getQueryLocator class method. Now, upon executing this query by using getQueryLocator class method, getQueryLocator class method will be executing this SQL query, which will collect all the records. Those records are placing inside the temporary memory. The temporary memory starting address will be passing to my standard set controller class over. What are the starting location of those records? That means records have been placed inside the temporary memory. The starting memory address will be passing to that standard set controller class. Once a standard set controller class has been receiving the starting memory address, from there it will be entering into that memory location. It will divide those records to various small pieces. Okay. Now here in this case here, I am going to be returning that value. Return standard set controller. Okay, I'm returning that. I'm indicating that property. Which one is small? No, that is not a problem, madam. Because it's not case sensitive, right? I'm creating the object of this standard set controller class.
Hello, sir. Sir. 9th line, apex pages dot.
So now here in this cases here. Now here I'm going to be completely referencing by using apex pages dot standard set controller class. Clearly I'm indicating that namespace name along with that class name also. Now I'm creating the object of this standard set controller class. In this standard set controller class object, I'm passing the records location, where exactly the records are available. That's what they have given the name as get query locator. That means what? Get the records by collecting the records from the database by executing this SQL query. Get those records, place those records inside a specific location inside the temporary memory. That memory location, nothing but return that location, locator. That means it will be returning that location of the records where exactly it has been placed. So what are the records have been collected from the database by executing this SQL query? Those records will be placing inside the temporary memory. The temporary memory starting address, nothing but location, will be returning by this get query locator method. Now that memory address will be returning to that standard set controller class. Now once the records has been starting memory address has been placed inside the standard set controller class, then it is going to be going to the location. It will split the records to various small pieces. How it is splitting the record to the various small pieces? Now let's see. For that one, we need to indicate that page size. Depends upon your requirement, we can able to indicate that page size, how many number of records you would like to represent per page. So that we are using a method called as set a page size method. Once the records has been divided to the various small pieces based on the size, get those records, and then we can able to show on that visual first page in the tabular format. Okay. So now here in this case, I'm preparing a method public list of account. Why I'm using this list of account is I'm going to be collecting the current page records that is in the form of a list collection. Those records I would like to pass to a page black table so that it can able to represent the records on that visual first page in the tabular format. I'm using this method here, get accounts. Okay, get accounts. So now I'm going to be indicating that. So I would like to, I'm preparing a method with the name get accounts, which will be collecting the account records information in the form of list collection. That means, so now each page, each set will be having some list of records. Those records I'm passing to the tabular table, so it can able to represent in the form of a tabular format. So in this case, I would like to collect those records. Each page record, each page will be having some set of records. Set of records means which is in the form of list collection. Now, we need to indicate that how many records you would like to show per page. For that one, I'm using that standard set controller dot set a page size. Okay, I'm indicating that page size. I'm indicating the page size as some 3. I want to show only 3 records per page. Okay, I'm showing only 3 records per page over here. So depends upon that size. It may be 3, it may be 5, it may be 10, it may be 25, whatever. We can indicate that how many number of records you want to show per page. But in my account object, I'm having maximum of 15 records are available. So I'm giving the page size as 3. That means each time display 3 records at a time. When I click on next button, next 3, and then next 3. Like that, I would like to navigate the records. So now once the records has been divided them to the various small pieces based on the size, then get that records here. Get that current page records. In order to get that current page records, we are using a method called as get records method. Get records method is going to be returning the current page records in the form of list of a subject type. I want to convert that list of a subject type into my own account type over here. So that I'm converting list of account. Okay. The get records method is going to be collecting the current page records. Okay, the get records method will be collecting the current page records. Those records will be treating in the form of a subject type. So I want to convert those records in the form of my account type, and then I want to return this list of account records here. I'm going to be returning that list of account records. I'm collecting that current page records by using that get records, and then those records are going to be treating in the form of a subject type. Now those records I'm converting into my list of account, and those records I'm going to be returning to that Visual First page. Okay, now, so this is the piece of business logic we are writing here. Business logic is over, nothing to do. When you go to the other programming languages, to achieve the pagination, we have to write some hundreds of lines of code. Keep on, we need to navigate the records 1 to 10. That means here limit equals to 10, and the like as offset equals to, we are indicating 0. When you click on next button, offset will be 11, and then limit will be the 10. Like that, keep on, we need to change the values of the limit class and the offset class. So, but in this case, no need to do anything, that will be taken care by the standard set controller class itself. So upon implementing that pagination, simply we have to indicate where exactly the records are available. Collect those records, okay, from the database object by making an SQL query, which can be executed with the help of database.getQueryLocator method. GetQueryLocator method will be executing this SQL query, which will collect up to 50 million records. Those records will be placing inside the temporary memory. That starting memory address of the temporary memory will be passing to that standard set controller class. Now the standard set controller class will be collecting that starting memory address. Then it will be going to that location. It will divide the records, the various pieces based on the page size, which we have indicated. Depends upon the page size, the records will be splitting to the various small pieces called as pages. Once the records has been divided to the various small pieces, it will collect that current page records by using that get records method. Get records method will be collecting the current page records from the standard set controller class, and then those records will be treating in the form of a subject type. I would like to convert them back into the account type with the help of list of account explicit typecasting, and those records I'm returning back to my Visual First page. Okay, clear? Now, so now let's see how can we represent these records inside my Visual First page in the tabular format now. So let me go to that Visual First page. I'm preparing a page block table. Apex page black table, we have to specify the value property. The records are available inside my accounts collection, and the var equals to ACC. Now, I'm indicating that column. I'm indicating that column values over here. So when coming to the columns, now I would like to display the account record rating column value equals to ACC dot rating. Apex column value equals to ACC dot industry. Apex column value equals to ACC dot annual revenue. Apex column value equals to ACC dot type. Apex column value equals to ACC dot phone. Apex column value equals to ACC dot fax. Apex column value equals to ACC dot active status. So these are the columns I'm representing on my Visual Force page inside the tabular format here. Okay, these are the records I'm representing inside my Visual Force page in the tabular format. Along with that, I want to show the account record name also in the form of a hyperlink, so that I'm using a column tag. Apex column. I'm giving the column header. Header value equals to account name. Here I want to represent the record in the form of a hyperlink. Output link. I want to show the account record name. ACC.name. I want to redirect the user to the detail page of the record. Value equals to / ACC.id. And target equals to _ blank. I am going to be representing the account record name in the form of a hyperlink. So upon click on this record, the user will be getting redirected to the detail page of the record. Okay. Now initially here, whenever I am going to be loading this page, whatever the controller class is available for this controller class, it is preparing the object, and then automatically it is going to be collecting that account record from that standard set controller class. Property will be getting executed automatically. It will collect, execute that property. Whatever the records are available inside my object, all the records has been collected, placed inside the temporary memory. From those temporary memory, it will be collecting the first 3 records. Those records are getting visible to me inside my Visual Force page in the page black table format. Now from there onwards, I would like to redirect the user from the one page to another page. I would like to traverse the records. For that one, I would like to place, I'm going to placing the command buttons. Through that command buttons, I would like to navigate the records from first to last and from last to first also. So now for that reason, I'm going to placing the command buttons. Now inside that page, after the page black table, I'm placing that command buttons here. I'm giving the 2 break lines. I'm giving the 2 break lines. Now I'm placing that command buttons or the command link. Anyone you can specify. I'm using command link. Value equals to first. Apex command link value equals to previous. Apex command link value equals to next. Apex command link value equals to last. So these are the 4 command links I have placed. So now all these things have been placed at the left side here. I want to place in the center. I'm using the center tag of HTML. I'm placing in the center part, center of the table. And that too, now these are appended here one by one. I want to give some blank space. How can we give the blank space? Ampersand NBSP. I'm giving that new blank space. I'm giving some blank space so that I can able to make it separate here. So I'm having that 4 command links are available, which will be having a different appearance. Like as first, previous, next, and the last. Okay, now. So these are the 4 command navigation buttons are available to me. So upon click on this navigation buttons, I would like to navigate the records. As soon as once I click on the first button, first set of records has to be visible. When I click on previous set of records to be visible. When I click on next page records. When I click on last page records. I want to make it visible. For that reason, how can we access that one? To get the first page record, do we have any ready-made method? Yes or no? Yes. Inside that standard set controller class, we are having a method called as first method, next method, previous, last. 4 methods are ready-made available. So now these are available here. Now from where we need to collect the record? From standard set controller class, because all the records are available inside that standard set controller class here. From there, I'm collecting the records. No need to go to the database here. Okay, no need to go to the database every time to get the records. All the records have been collected by the standard set controller class. Those records have been placed inside the temporary memory. So we need to contact the standard set controller class to initiate that request to get the first page records. So that I'm using this. As soon as once you click on that first button, I want to call that the first method. So I'm using that action property. Action equals to standard set controller dot first. I'm calling that first method, which will be executing that first method, which will be displaying the first page records to me. Next one, action property. I would like to invoke the method which is available inside the standard set controller class. What is that method here? Previous. Now, and the action property, I would like to call that next method. Standard set controller class dot next method. At the last, action property equals to standard set controller dot last. So these are the 4 methods here. I'm calling these 4 methods according to my business requirement. Upon calling this command link, upon invoking this command link, I would like to call those methods. As soon as when the user click on that first button, I would like to call the first method to display the first set of records. Upon click on that previous button, I would like to call the previous method. Upon click on the next button, I would like to call the next method. For the last button, I would like to call that last method here. Okay. So let me execute this functionality. Now, once you click on that next button, next set of records are getting visible. Once you click on next set of records, next set of records, next set of records. These are the last. Okay, no more records are available. But in this case, what happened? Upon click on this button controls, command links, it is going to refreshing the whole page. I don't want to refresh the whole page. I want to refresh only this particular page block. What we can do? Re-render property here. Now, go to the page block. I'm indicating that ID property. ID equals to PG block. I would like to refresh. As soon as when the user click on this button controls, I would like to refresh that part here. Re-render equals to PG block. Re-render equals to PG block. Re-render equals to PG block. I'm refreshing this. So now I don't want to refresh that whole page. I want to refresh only that particular page block itself. Now let's see. Currently we are in the first set of records. Click on next button. Next set of records. Next set of records. Next set of records. Next set of records. We don't have any more. Nothing will happen here. Okay. Now, in this case here, now whenever I'm using this previous, we can get back to the previous set of records. The previous records also we can able to show up to that first page here. Okay, first set of records. Okay, Clear? So instead of writing that business logic by our own, just we are invoking that existing business logic given by Salesforce. These methods are ready-madely available to you. Okay? Clear? Understood the concept up to now? Now here in this case, I want to do some more enhancement over here. So now currently we are at the first step. As soon as whenever we are at the first step, now in this case, what I want to do is, now at that time, if you are at the first step, then I don't want to display the first button and the previous button. Because currently we are at the first step. We don't have any previous. So we can't go back to the previous here. For that one, I would like to, okay, I don't want to display this button controls. Okay, the command links whenever we are at the first step. Then what we can do now in this case? What is that property? As previous is a method, okay, fine. Then true or false, okay. What is the property name? To display or not? Rendered property here. When you want to display? As previous. That means here standard set controller dot as previous. That means please display this particular command link when you are having the previous set of records. Okay, previous set of records. Now, if it is true, then only please display this component, or else don't display. Now, after that, here also rendered. I want to display this previous button also whenever we are having the previous set of records as previous. Now, let's see. Now, currently we are at the first step, so we don't have any previous set of records. We don't have any previous button. We don't have the first button. Once you click on next button, then you will be able to see that first and the previous buttons are available. When you click on the previous set of records are available, we don't have any more previous set. Currently we are at the first step right now, so these two buttons has been disabled. Like the similar way, whenever I'm reaching to the last page, we don't have any more steps to go ahead. So I want to deactivate this first and that next and last buttons here. Then what we can do? Rendered. Then what we can do? When you want to display this button controls here, as next. If you're having the next page records, then only display this button controls here. Rendered equals to standard set controller dot has next. Okay. Now, so now whenever we are having that next buttons next to the set of records, then only display this particular button controls. The next button and the last button has to be get visible whenever we are having that next set of records. Okay. Now make it visible here. So now we are having some next set of records are available. Totally we have 15 records. The first 3 records are getting visible to me over here right now. When I click on the next button, next set of records are visible. Click on next button, next set of records. Next set of records. Next set of records. We don't have any more sets. So that here we can come back to the previous here. So that the next set of next button and the last button will be getting disabled. Now we are having the previous sets. We can come back here. Click on previous button, previous set of records, previous set of records. Because this is currently the first set, so we don't have any previous. So that here previous buttons has been disabled. Like that, we can able to indicate what buttons has to be get visible, what buttons has to be get invisible. Okay, upon navigating the record from first to last and from last to first, we can indicate that. Okay, clear? Understood the concept or not?
After that, the last page,
see, when you go to that 4 button controls, okay, whenever you are having that first page, currently we are at the first page right now. So the user no need to click on the first button again because currently he is at the first button. So first button will be disabled state. Next, do we have any previous page here? No, currently we are at the first page only here. So we don't have, so that both the buttons will be in disabled state. First button and then previous button, both will be in disabled state because we don't have any previous. Currently we are at the first step. So that user no need to click on that first button. They can't go back to the previous. So that both the buttons will be disabled here. For that one, we are using that first button and then the previous button, both will be in disabled state. If you are having the previous web page, then only please display this first and the previous buttons both. Okay. The user can't see that. If the user is able to see that one, then he will definitely will click on that one here. No, that will not be visible to you. Visible, we can't specify that. Okay, just like as a read-only format, we can't indicate. If it is an image, we can able to do like that. Okay. Okay. Now this is the accounts is nothing but this is the get accounts method. It will be returning all the records to you. This is like as a method which will be collecting in the form of accounts property to you. This is the internal concept of that standard set controllers. Okay. Okay. This is the method name which will be returning that list of account records to you in the form of a list of account records. Those records will be storing inside that accounts collection to you. No, it's a standard. It's a standard format. Okay. We can't use that method directly like as get accounts is nothing but a method. This is the collection. This is the collection name. Because here that's what. Whenever I'm returning the list of account records, internally Salesforce is preparing a collection accounts. Okay, accounts format. So that accounts collection I'm collecting here, I'm representing inside the page block table. Okay. Now, I want some enhancements over here. Like, I want to show the records also. What records currently you are able to see. Like for example, when you go to your normal standard enhanced list view control, here I'm able to see the records like as 1 to 10 of 15 and then 11 to 15 of 15. I want to see that here. Like this, I want this functionality. Then what we can do? It will be indicating this size. Okay, fine. Then I want to traverse this one. How can we implement this functionality now? So below this page block table, I want to indicate here. Okay, here I would like to indicate the records information. I want to indicate those records information also. Okay, I want to indicate this. I'm indicating that Apex output text. I'm indicating this information. I want to refresh this part also over here. For that reason, I'm specifying this information of I want to display that last set of record, nothing but totally how many records are available? 15. How can we get the number of records available inside my controller? Now, what is that method? Result size. We are using that set controller dot result size. Okay, set controller dot result size. Now here I'm able to see of 15. How many number of records has been returned by the SO cable query? You can able to see that value of 15. Totally 15 records are available. Now I want to show that values also like this. 1 to 10 of 15, 11 to 15 of 15, like that I want to indicate that message. How can we see this one? Okay. Tell me how can we implement this one? How can we get that value? How can we get this one? First of all, page number. For example, my page number is 1. I want to display the record from where to where? 1 to some 3. Okay, 1 to some 3. Then page number into what we can specify. We have to prepare that formula, a small formula to calculate that, to get the value. Let's see. Not set page size. Now let's see. We are indicating that 1 to 10. Okay, the first record to the 10th record here. Okay, I want to indicate that first value 1. Current page is what? 1. Okay, the page is 1. How can we get this value? I can't hard code the value 1 because when you go to the next page, we are having the value 11. Then how can we get this value here? Let's see. In this case, I'm using the standard set controller into the page number. What is the page number is available here? Okay, page number into, I would like to specify that value. So what value we can specify now? What is that value we can specify? Current page number is 1. Then current, okay, into page size. Then what we can specify? Because here, let's see, in this case, in the second case, how can we get this value? Page number is 2. How we are getting this value? Page number is 2. Page number into the page size. Page size, what it will return? Suppose my page size is 10. Okay, now 2 into 10. What it will returns now? Then what will happen in this case? Try, think about the formula. Result size is nothing but like as you will be getting 15. Then what we can do? Let's see. It is indicating the value 1. When you go to the next, it is indicating the value 2. But we need that value 4. Then how can we do that here? What is that formula? I want a formula for this one. Into 3, we can't hard code because after some time I'm changing this value to 5. It's a multiple places we have to make the changes, right? Page size. Okay. Then what we can do? I need to get the value 1 over here. Then how can we get the value? I'm indicating with multiplying with a 0, and then I would like to get that value. Set controller dot page size. Will it get that value? It will be indicating 3. Then what is the formula? Looking into the document, huh? Now. Now. Now, what we can specify now? We are able to see some 1, 2, 3. Now, I would like to specify that information. Here, when I click on this next button, I am able to see that 2 to 6. But here, I would like to get the value 4 to 6. Then how can we get this value? Page number plus 1 into controller dot page size. Let's see. It is indicating 6. Zero to 3. Now here we need this value. For this one, we need to add that value one more. If I'm indicating, we'll give like as 1 to 3, 4 to 6, and then 7 to 9. Okay. Let's see. So we are indicating this value over here. So now currently I'm able to display only 3 records per page. So now I'm indicating that page size as 3. The first 3 records are getting visible to you. So which is indicating that message 1 to 3 of 15. When you click on next button, the next 3 records 4 to 6 of 15. When you click on next button, 7 to 9. When you click on next button, 10 to 12. When you click on next button, you're having 13 to 15. We can able to see those records back. When you click on the previous button, we are able to see 10 to 12. When you click on previous, 7 to 9, previous 4 to 6, previous 1 to 3. Okay. So whenever if you want to represent these values, we have to generate that formula. Okay. We have to prepare a small calculation formula, depends upon your requirement inside your Visual Force page itself. Okay. Just we can able to indicate that I'm collecting the current page number. Okay. What exactly the current page here? Current page number is 1. Okay. For example, I'm at the current page. Current page number is 1. I want to show the value from where to where, 1 to 3. I want to display the value 1. So now for this one here, I'm using that I'm going to be subtracting the value by 1. That means 1 minus 1, that is 0. Okay. 0 into the set page size. Page size is what here? 3. Okay. Now, in this case, what happened? 0 into 3 will be what? 0. 0 plus 1. That means 1. I'm indicating 1 to, I'm indicating the page number into that page size. That means here, I'm indicating current page size is what? 3. What is the current page number? 1. So that 1 into 3, 3. So it will be indicating 1, 2, 3. When the user click on the next button, okay, when the user click on the next button, what is the page number? 2. I want to display the value from where to where? 4 to 6. So now I'm indicating that current page number is what? 2. 2 minus 1, that is what? 1. 1 into page size. Okay, what is that value? 3. Okay. Now in this case, 1 into 3 will be 3. I want to display the value from where? From 4 to 6. For that one, I'm adding that value 1. That means 3 plus 1, 4. Up to this value, I'm calculating here. And then I'm indicating what is the current page number? 2. 2 into 3, 6. Okay, like that, we can able to implement the small calculation of the formula. Based on that calculation, we can able to represent that what exactly the current records are available. Suppose, for example, I'm indicating the page size as some 5. I'm indicating the page size 5. Now it is indicating 1 to 5 of 15. Once you click on the next button, next 5 record, like a 6 to 10. When you click on next button, 11 to 15. We can able to come back to that previous pages also, depends upon your requirement here. Okay, so that here in order to get these values, we don't have any ready-made methods. We have to do that small calculation, depends upon your requirement inside this. Okay. Okay. They have implemented here by using JavaScript. We have to implement like that also. Okay, through JavaScript we have to do this. There is no disabled button is not available. Read only but option is not available. We have rendered property, display or hide. Only these two. Yes. So these are the images they have placed. Okay, this is one image. This is another image they have used. Okay, these are also the images they have placed. Clear? Understood the requirement? How can we go with that pagination facilities? Understood the concept now? Page number. This one. Try this one. Okay. Now, so this is an assignment to you. Do a small enhancement here. Below this table, okay. Below this table, just to place one small text box. Okay. Just to place a small text box here. In the text box, I will enter some value. When the user click on that now enter button, I want to display that. Or else place a small button control also. Okay. Place a small text box and then beside that place a button control go. When you click on that go button, I want to display that. So currently entered page number records. I want to show. Okay. Try this functionality today. These are all our custom functionalities given by Salesforce. They are implemented. Up to this part only we will be able to get here. Okay. But these are all are nothing but the custom functionalities they have implemented. Now you have to place all the alphabets one by one. Okay. Now you have to place all the alphabetical characters. Based on that, we have to search the records. Okay. These are all are separate functionalities inside that. Okay. Then in this case, command links. Same use that command links. Upon click on this one, get that first character here. Whatever the character we have selected, get that character value. Based on that here, write that code. Okay, we can able to filter the data based on the characters, and then we can able to display that information inside this. Okay, like operator, same. Okay. You're taking the photo, right? Some people are taking video also. Okay. Now, what is the use of this document then? Okay. Now, yesterday's video is not available. I think yesterday, day before yesterday, I will be uploading those videos for today itself. Okay. Document also. Now, the next one, wrapper class. So what exactly the wrapper class? What is the use? And what kind of scenarios or what kind of requirements will enforce you to go with the wrapper classes? We'll see practically. Okay. Now let me explain. Basically, it's a common question in every interview. What exactly the wrapper class? How to implement the wrapper classes? And what scenarios will enforce you to go with these wrapper classes? Okay, it's a common question. It's a common implementation, common requirement also in every project. Now, basically, wrapper classes will utilized in two scenarios. Okay, in two special cases, we are using these wrapper classes. Like for example, come to a scenario. For example, I'm having three objects. Okay, I have three objects. One is an account object, second one a contact, third one lead object. I have three objects are available. So these are the three objects that I'm having right now. I have an account object. I have a contact object. I have a lead object. This is my account object. This is my contact object. This is my lead object. So three objects are available with me. In my account object, I'm having some records. I'm having some 20 records. In my contact object, I'm having some 50 records. In my lead object, I'm having some 40 lead records. I have some records inside my object. Three objects are available with me. The first one is account, second one is contact, third one is lead. Now, I want to show these records on my Visual first page. How can we see this? How can we show those records in my Visual first page? Query, okay, query. Now we are using the despicable query. We are going to be implementing that. How can we do this generally? Your approach. I want to show those three object records on my Visual first page. I don't want to go with that says vessel. I want to get all the records. I don't want to search any based on some specific characters. I want all. These are 20 records, these 50 records, these 40 records, all the records I want to show on my Visual first page. How can we achieve this? Generally, you know how to get the data from the table, how to show, you know that concept. Then what we can do? Three list collections. Okay. Now in this case, we need to have some SQL query collect the data here. So now here in this case, I'm using the SQL query inside this. So let's have an SQL query. I'm using this SQL query. Through this SQL query, we can able to collect the data here. Okay. Through this SQL query, we can able to collect the data from all the three objects. Through this SQL queries, we can able to collect the data from these three objects. I'm using the SQL query here in order to get the data from this object. So once the data has been getting collected by using SQL query, those records will be returning in the form of what? Collections. Okay, there is a collection here. So it is returning one listed collection. Okay, which will be returning a listed collection to you by default. I'm getting a listed collection. List of what? Account. List of account. So now here in this case, I will be collecting this information from my contact object through an SQL query. What it returns to me now? List of contact. And here also. What is that collection type here? List of lead, right? List of lead. That means what? We are going to be collecting the records from that object by making an SQL query. Those records we are going to be placing inside that collections. We are placing these records inside that respective collections. I'm placing these records. Now these collection of records we can able to show on your Visual Force page. Okay, how can we show? Table. Okay, now. So for one table, how many collections we can supply? One. Then in this case, what happened? How many tables we need now? 3 tables here. That means here we need to prepare a separate table to represent all the account records. To represent the contact records, we need a separate table. To represent the lead records, we need a separate table. So whatever the records we are collecting from this collection, those records I want to show inside my table, and the contact records I'm showing inside a separate table, and the lead records I'm showing inside a separate table. This is a common functionality here. But now in this case here, whenever I'm going to be collecting the data from the multiple objects, I'm making 3 SQL queries, collecting the data from those tables. I'm storing inside my respective collections here. Once the data is available, I'm representing inside my Visual Force page in the tabular format by using page block table. But now in this case, what happened? My requirement is I don't want to show these records in 3 different tables. I want to show all these 3 collection records into a single table. That is my requirement. How can we do this one? Accounts. How? Table is only one. Okay. There also we need to split, right? Again multiple collections. How it is possible to store in a single collection? How can we do that? Then what we can do? Then what exactly wrapper class then? Now wrapper class fine. Okay. Now what exactly wrapper class? Okay. Sorry. How? Okay. Not a ready-made functionality. We have to do. What is that functionality? Then. Then in this case here, let's see. Generally, we are getting the data from that respective collection. We are able to represent inside a separate table. So, but in this case, what happened? I'm having 3 collection of records are there. One is list of account. Second one is list of contact. Third one is list of lead. That means what 3 separate types of data types are there. This is an account type of record. This is a contact type of record. This is the lead type of record. In this case, when I try to pass all the 3 collection names to my page block table, it won't accept. page black table can able to accept only one collection name, not multiple collections. So in this case, what I want to do is, what are the three collections that we have? I want to merge these three collections into a single collection. Okay, I want to merge these three collections of data into single collection. How? But upon merging that one, if all the types are same type, then only we can merge. But these are different types of data there. So here this is the account records, this is the contact record, this is the lead record. All these tables are having different columns, different values. So in this case, what I want to do is, instead of using this account data type, contact data type, lead data type, this account data type will be having only the account record information. Contact data type will store only contact record. Lead data type will store only lead record. But now what I want to do is, I want a data type which can store any type of record. Okay, I want a data type which can store any type of record. For that one, we are preparing our own data types here. Okay, I'm preparing my own custom data type. The data type means what here? Account is nothing but what generally? A subject type. Okay, fine. Then what exactly account basically here? It's a class or not? Account class. Okay. Now in this case here, that means what? Data type means what? Class. It may be integer. Integer is a class. Double is a class. String is a class. Decimal is a class. Date is a class. And the boolean is a class. Everything is nothing but the classes. Like the similar way here, I want my own data type which can able to store any type of records. So for that one, I'm preparing my own custom data type that is called as wrapper class. Wrapper classes are used to define user-defined data types. As of now, we have used two types of data types: primitive data type, yes, subject data type. Now I'm using user-defined data types also. I want to prepare my own custom data type. So for that reason, I'm using that wrapper class. Okay, I'm using a wrapper class. I'm using a wrapper class. This wrapper class is nothing but the custom data type. Custom data type. So this is nothing but the user-defined data type over here. Okay, this is nothing but the user-defined data type. Now, what this custom data type will do is, whatever the records are available inside my objects, okay, whatever the records are available inside my collections, these records I would like to collect. Once the records have been getting collected, I want to convert into my own type. These records are also I'm going to be collecting, I'm going to be converting into my own type. These records are also I'm collecting, and so I would like to convert into my own type. Whatever the records are available inside my collections, I would like to collect all these records. I want to merge into my own type, and this single collection of records I would like to represent on my Visual Force page with the help of the page black table. Okay, this is the internal concept of wrapper class. Okay, so now here we can show those records information. Whatever the records you want to display, we can represent that information here. We can define the columns. I want to show those records information. Okay, so in this case, what needs to be done? We are going to be collecting the data from the multiple objects in the form of the different types of collections. That data I would like to merge into a single collection with the help of a wrapper class. That means I want to create my own custom data type. Okay, in that custom data type, I can able to hold any type of record. It may be account, it may be contact, it may be lead, it may be position, whatever, anything. Not only standard, including custom also. Okay, custom also. Even though if I'm having one more object here, like as position, those records also will fetch. I would like to merge into a single collection itself. For that reason, we are going to be creating our own custom data types. These custom data types are called as wrapper classes. Okay, whenever if you want to show the multiple collection of records you want to display in a single table, then we have to use the help of wrapper class. With the help of wrapper class, we can able to show multiple collection of records into a single table. Generally, a table doesn't allow you to display the multiple collections information. Only one collection name we can supply. Multiple collections data we can't supply to the page black table. Okay, this is one scenario, especially which enforce you to go with that wrapper classes. Okay. Now, data type means what? Simply class. Wrapper class means this is a class we are preparing. That's it, nothing else. Just what we can do is we will collect every account record, convert into our own type. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Now.
How can you predict result of space?
Hmm.
Because for a single list, we can predict by passing single list.
Okay.
Whenever data will be in the list,
Ah. Okay. Then in this case, wrapper class means what? Our own data type. We are collecting each and every record from this list of account, list of contact, list of lead. I am going to be preparing my own collection, only single collection, not three. I'm creating single collection. That's what here I'm merging these three collections into a single collection. This single collection of records I can show on my table.
When you show how can we divide it as an alpha?
We can divide. I will show you practically also. Okay. So which record is account, which record is contact, which record is opportunity or lead, case, anything you can differentiate that. That possibility is there.
Instead of doing this, we can go with SQL, right? Which will be getting
What SQL will do?
will be getting the data in the form of list of, right?
Okay.
We can convert that into the
How? No, because SQL will be searching the data. That's it. I don't want to search. I want all. I want all the records. Because we are using find keyword, right? We are indicating some search text. But I want all the records. Okay. Even though when you go to the SQL, we can search for the data from the multiple objects also. It will be returning list of S object type. From there, you need to split it out to multiple collection. Again, same concept. You will be coming to this place again. From here, same story again. We have to convert into our own collection type. We need to show on that result first page. Okay. Merging in the sense, no. Merging is different. Merging in the sense, what the merging will do? Merging statement is going to be merging the multiple duplicate records into a single one. The remaining duplicate records will be removed. I'm not merging. Just I would like to collect those records. I would like to convert into my own type, storing every record internally here. Okay. This is one scenario which especially enforces you to go with that wrapper classes. Whenever if you want to show the multiple collection of records or the multiple object records, if you want to show in a single page black table, the only solution is wrapper class. Okay, next one more scenario. For example, I'm collecting the records here. Okay, I'm collecting the records. I'm having my records, okay, which I'm displaying inside my table or format. So now whenever I'm going to be representing these records, now, so whenever I'm representing the records, okay, on my page black table, sometimes they will raise a question. It's a common question in every interview. I'm having some set of records are available, which I'm displaying on my page black table in the form of table or format. But my requirement is, upon displaying these records on my page black table, I want every record has to be get visible along with a checkbox. Every record should be get visible along with a checkbox. Every record should be get visible along with a checkbox. So now I want this every record should be get visible along with a checkbox here. It's a common question in every interview. How can we display every record along with a checkbox? In this case also, we have to go with that wrapper classes. These are the two scenarios especially enforce you to go with that wrapper classes. The first scenario is to represent the multiple collection of records into a single collection, we can go with the wrapper class. Second one is if you want to represent each and every record along with a checkbox, then we can go with the wrapper classes. So here in this case, sometimes they will raise a question. I want an option to select all the records at a time. So I want a button here. Okay, I want a button control over here. Like I want to display the button control with the name select all. As soon as once you click on this select all the checkboxes has to be get selected. Okay, all the checkboxes has to be get selected here. Now, sometimes I would like to add one more button control. I would like to add one more button control, like as unselect all. As soon as when the user click on that unselect all the checkboxes has to be get unselected. And sometimes I would like to add one more button control. Delete selected. So now in this case, I would like to click on this select all the checkboxes has to be get selected automatically here. Once all the checkboxes have been selected, when I click on delete selected, all the records has to be get removed in one shot. Generally, when you go to your normal object, we don't have the option to delete the multiple records at a time. We have to open each and every record, go to the detail page, then only we can remove those records. But now I want the multiple records deletion facility also take place. When I click on that select all the checkboxes has to be get selected. When I click on delete selected, every record has to be get removed in one shot. But in this case, not only representing one object records, I would like to club multiple object records also. Now what I want to do is in this use case, I want to club both these requirements in a single use case. Okay, I want to club both these requirements inside a single use case. That means I want to make the things a bit complex now. So in this case, I would like to collect the data from the multiple objects. I want to merge into a single collection. That collection of records I want to show inside my Visual Force page in the tabular format. Upon showing those records, I want to display every record has to be get selected the visible with a checkbox. When I click on select all, it will select the account records, contact records, lead records also. All the three object records will be selected. Or else optionally we can select some records here. Okay, optionally we can select some records like as Dickinson PLC and then Express Logistics and Transport, Pyramid Construction. You can select whatever the record you want also. Okay, now select the records here. Not only this account object record, select some contact records, select some lead records also by using the mouse pointer manually. Once you select some records in all the three objects, click on delete selected button. Selected records has to be removed from all the three objects in one shot. I want to remove the records from the multiple objects also in one shot. How can we do this one? We'll see practically in the next session. Now this requirement will take completely 1.5 hours to 2 hours time. Okay, 1.5 hours because they're a bit complex, like as a bit confusing topic basically here. Okay, when you try to understand, that will be very easy here, but initially it will be take some time in order to understand this functionality. Okay, we need to prepare our own custom data type. I would like to prepare our own data type. That means our own class. We need to collect every record, convert into our own type, store into our own collection. Okay. Once all the records have been placed inside our collection, then we'll see how can we represent the records inside our Visual Force page, the page black table here. Okay. Clear? Okay.